Greeting from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. Here we present to you 7 o'clock news bulletin. First, the headlines. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed arrives in Uzbekistan to lead the Sultanate delegation taking part in the opening of the new building of Abu al-Rayhan al-Bayruni Library. Sultan Qaboos University organized a symposium on future of education and work in the age of artificial intelligence. And 2.2 billion Omani Riyals is the volume of current and future investments of the projects of the Public Authority for Electricity and Water. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed arrived this afternoon to the Republic of Uzbekistan to lead the Sultanate's delegation taking part in the opening of the new building of Abu al-Rayhan al-Bayruni Library scheduled to be held in Tashkent tomorrow. The library is constructed in response to the royal orders of His Majesty the Sultan in recognition of the scientific contributions of the science and scientists who played a great role in the service of religion, sciences, jurisprudence, history, astronomy, mathematics, algebra, and other sciences. The library includes many cultural treasures, old manuscripts, and important Islamic and historic documents. His Highness Sayyid Haytham is accompanied by an official delegation comprising His Excellency Sheikh Abdullah bin Mohammed Al Salmi, Minister of Endowment and Religious Affairs, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mohammed bin Saeed Al Lawati, the Sultanate's accredited ambassador to the Republic of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Sheikh Ahmed bin Saud Al Siabi, Secretary General of the Office of the Sultanate's Grand Mufti, His Excellency Sheikh Hamad bin Hilal Al Ma'mari, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture for Cultural Affairs, His Excellency Habib bin Mohammed Al Riyami, Secretary General of Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science, His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Saud Al Bimani, Sultan Qaboos University Vice Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Hamad bin Mohammed Al Dawiyani, Chairman of the National Records and Archives Authority, His Excellency Sayyid Faisal bin Hamoud Al Busaidi, Advisor of the Minister of Heritage and Culture, and His Excellency Ambassador Ahmed bin Khamis Al Jamri, Head of the Central Asia Department at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The strong Omani-Uzbek relations are based on mutual respect, non-interference in internal affairs, and joint cooperation in different fields since the Sultanate acknowledged the independence of Uzbekistan Republic in December 1991. The diplomatic relations between the two countries started in 1992, and the Sultanate's embassy in Tashkent was inaugurated in 2010. Relations between the two countries are witnessing remarkable progress due to their consensus on various regional and international issues, in addition to the important role played by their joint committees in different domains. The Sultanate and Uzbekistan have had 20 agreements and memoranda, and the volume of trade exchange is hoped to increase after Ashgabat agreement for transport and transit. The two countries are also bound by many agreements and enjoy various common thoughts in the field of economic cooperation. The Sultanate recently decided to treat the citizens of Uzbekistan as part of the mechanism of facilitating the granting of tourist visas and businessmen given to Iran, India, China, and Russia. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency Sayyid Saud bin Hilal Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, will preside over tomorrow, Thursday, the celebration of the Minister of Education for handing over the cup of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Scout for Scouts and Guides Excellence Competition for the school year 2016-2017. The event will be held at the auditorium of the Ministry of Education in Al-Wutiyah. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, received in his office here today Lieutenant General Sir John Lurmia, Defense Senior Advisor for the Middle East Affairs at the United Kingdom. At the outset of the meeting, His Excellency the Minister of Royal Office welcomed the guest, who expressed his thanks and appreciation to the Sultanate and the efforts for strengthening the existing cooperation between the Sultanate and United Kingdom. The meeting exchanged cordial conversations and reviewed the march of good historical relations binding the two sides in all fields and development developing them to achieve the joint interests of the two friendly countries, besides touching on other matters of common concern. His Excellency Said Badr bin Saud Al Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, received in his office at Muaskar Al Murtafa Al Falaj today Lieutenant General Sir John Lorimer, Defense Senior Advisor for the Middle East Affairs in the United Kingdom. The meeting reviewed fields of the existing military cooperation between the two friendly countries. It also discussed other issues of common concern. The University of Oman and the Science and Technology Project, in associations with Sultan Qaboos University, organized a symposium on future of education and work in the age of artificial intelligence at the Sultan Qaboos University's Grand Hall. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi.
Will the digital revolution replace the human mind in the time to come? Scientific research indicators say yes. Our present age will witness amazing changes in the areas of artificial intelligence, where machines are expected to soon outperform humans in the range of mental functions that can be predicted, which requires from educational institutions to formulate approaches that are more creative.
Many of our kind of challenges, policy challenges in the region, be that in education, in health, in public finance, in labor, in sustainability, in compliance with the rule of law, many of these challenges have behavioral roots and cannot be addressed using the classical tools of command and control and financial incentives. So we need these behavioral insights and nudge to deal with those. And the growth of nudge units around the world is breathtaking in light of particularly recent writings on the topic, the book Nudge, rise of nudge units in the world, with more than 60 nudge units operating in the world.
At this scientific symposium, a group of scholars, intellectuals, academics, and experts from most prominent international universities around the world were present. The discussions focused on the future of education and work in the age of artificial intelligence, in order to develop the future of education and careers and linking them to the needs of the labor market and business. The specialists taking part in this symposium stressed that the challenges are increasing around the world. They can only be improved by promoting appropriate innovation, depending on experimental education, upgrading academic curricula, and creating more innovative courses to be in line with the information revolution and digital acceleration. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Thank you, Saleh. 2.2 billion Omani Rials is the volume of current and future investments of the projects of the Public Authority for Electricity and Water. This was reviewed by the authority at its annual forum for media means. 3 water desalination plants will be launched this year, according to the authority. The first one will be in the Wilaya of Quriyat at daily production capacity of 200,000 cubic meters. The second one in the Wilaya of Sohar with daily production capacity of 250,000 cubic meters, while the third desalination plant will be in the Wilaya of Barka at the daily production capacity of 281,000 cubic meters. New water supply network projects will also be implemented in addition to completing water project in the Niaba of Al Jabal Al Akhdar. 43 strategic water projects will be executed by the authority during the 9th 5-year development plan 2016-2020. Through providing maintenance services for various types of tankers, the dry dock at Duqm Special Economic Zone continues its endeavor to attain the trust of international marine shipping companies. After 6 years of launch, the dry dock attracted around 550 vessels, including oil and gas tankers and passengers transport ships. The next step is to diversify fields such as building ships and oil platforms. Oman Dry Dock Company will contribute in achieving the objectives of 2040 vision, including increasing volume of the logistics sector in the Sultanate to 14% of national income and raising the number of job opportunities in this field. His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Jafar al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth, affirmed in his remarks to the Sultanate of Oman radio and television that the ministry had programs to develop the coastal line. He added that the ministry allocated funds to support Omani youth in this field and provide them with new modern boats instead of traditional ones. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. The third Graduates Forum fosters communication bonds among alumni. Welcome back to the Sultanate of Oman television news. Angela Merkel has been sworn in for her fourth term as German Chancellor today, putting an end to nearly 6 months of political drift in Europe's biggest economy. Parliament speakers administers the oath of the office to Merkel, who pledged to dedicate her efforts to the well-being of the German people, promote their welfare and protect them from harm. Lawmakers voted earlier today by a 364 to 315 margin to re-elect Merkel nearly 6 months after Germany's election and following lengthy coalition-building efforts. She received 9 more votes than she needed, but 35 votes fewer than the number of seats held by the Grand Coalition of her Conservative Union bloc with the centre-left Social Democrats. The rest of the Merkel's new look 16-member cabinet will also be sworn in today. Renowned British theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking has died at his home in Cambridge, England. He was 76. Hawking wrote so lucidly of the mysteries of space, time and black holes that his book, A Brief History of Time, became an international bestseller, making him one of science's biggest celebrities since Albert Einstein. His children, Lucy, Robert and Tim, said he was a great scientist and an extraordinary man whose work and legacy will live on for many years. Even though his body was attacked by amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS, when Hawking was 21, he stunned doctors by living with a normally fatal illness for more than 50 years. A severe attack of pneumonia in 1985 left him breathing through a tube, forcing him to communicate through an electronic voice synthesizers, which gave him his distinctive robotic monotone. He followed up A Brief History of Time in 2001 with the more accessible sequel, The Universe in a Nutshell, updating readers on concepts like supergravity, net singularities, and the possibility of an 11-dimensional universe. Working with Jim Hurtle of the University of California, Santa Barbara, Hawking proposed in 1983 that the space and time might have no beginning and no end. Hawking was born 8 January 1942 in Oxford and grew up in London and St Albans, northwest of the capital. The third major storm in 2 weeks lashed the northeast of the U.S. with hurricane-force winds, heavy snow and widespread power outages, and now millions of people are facing yet another cleanup. The storm on Tuesday buried some towns beneath 2 feet of snow. The U.S. National Weather Service said Derry in New Hampshire received 25 inches. Burrillville, Rhode Island and Kezar Falls, Maine, both 20-inch, 50.8 centimeters snowfalls. Back here with the news in the Sultanate of Oman. Preparations for Swift Sword 3 exercise to be held in the Sultanate in October this year between Sultan's armed forces and British armed forces were the center of discussions of the talks between Major General Matar bin Salim al-Baluchi, commander of the Royal Army of Oman, and Lieutenant General John Lurimier, the special advisor at the British Ministry of Defense for Middle East Affairs, and his accompanying delegation. The participant Joint Efforts 10 exercise being implemented by various military, security and civil sectors continued their joint interaction and total harmony with the events of the exercise. This showed great capabilities of the personnel of these sectors and their awareness of the importance of integration and task of responsibilities of various cells and divisions as to achieve the national goals for which the nationwide joint exercise was held. The exercise came in preparation of the national exercise Shimukh 2 and the joint exercise Swift Sword 3 with the British forces to be organized in October. The preparation exercise Joint Effort 10 continued with the supervisions of the director of the exercise, Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, and commanders of all divisions of the Armed Forces and team of planning and implementation as per the scenario of the exercise. Meanwhile, Major General Matar bin Salim al-Baluchi, commander of the Royal Army of Oman and commander of the Joint Command, visited the headquarters of the Command of the Royal Oman Police participating in the exercise and got acquainted about its roles in the exercise. A number of officials, senior officers and guests also paid a visit to the exercise and they were briefed on the events and aims of this nationwide exercise. The Royal Air Force of Oman held a ceremony today to mark the graduation of a new batch of students of the Air Technical College in different specialization on the stage of the Military College of Technology. In a speech, the commander of the college expressed his best wishes to the graduates in performing their nation's duty. The ceremony included the display of a documentary film showcasing the process of development in the college. After that, Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, commander of the Royal Navy of Oman, the chief guest, handed over the awards and certificates to the toppers. His Excellency Karu Jaya Surya, Speaker of the Parliament of the Democratic Socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, and his accompanying delegation today visited the Sultan Armed Forces Museum at the Beit el-Falaj Castle. The guest and his accompanying delegation viewed the historic manuscripts and models as well as the Omani architecture. They were also briefed on the progress enjoyed by SAF during the prosperous reign of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. His Excellency Dr. Salim bin Nasser Al Ismaili, Chairman of the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development, ITHRA, received today a Sri Lankan delegation headed by His Excellency Karu Jaya Surya, Speaker of the Sri Lankan Parliament, and K. Pathamathan, the Sri Lankan Ambassador to the Sultanate. The visiting Sri Lankan delegation aims to promote and enhance trade and investment relations with the Sultanate. Real GDP growth is projected to rise to 4.4% in 2018. Supported by a recovery in agriculture and industry and robust growth in services reaching 5% over the medium term. The Research Council announced the registration startup to participate in the strategic research program for water researchers, and by submitting the initial proposal for the research project by the researcher in the following subjects: water resources management, sustainable water supplies, and water treatment. Submissions shall be rendered until the 1st of upcoming June. The program aims at supporting initiatives and innovations in the water field, raising awareness of issues and challenges of rationalizing the use of water resources and supporting decision makers and scientific researchers in the water field. Coinciding with the operation of the new Muscat International Airport, the Oman National Transport Company Muwasalat announces the launch of new routes to service passengers movement to the airport and vice versa as from next Tuesday. The routes are Ma'baila, new Muscat International Airport route, Rui, new Muscat International Airport route. Muwasalat Company has purchased a number of buses designed for travelers via airports with special characteristics containing luggage places and prepared for people with special needs. The company will provide promotional prices for the new routes amounting to 50% in addition to running the new routes journeys around the clock. Works of Oman Real Estate Conference 2018, organized by Oman Real Estate Associations, were concluded at Oman Conventions and Exhibition Center. The conference, in which local and international real estate experts came up with many recommendations which aim at creating a clear vision with comprehensive goals and programs to real estate sectors that can achieve requirements of the population and economic growth in the Sultanate. The conference, as well as recommended accelerations of the procedures for companies and investors by registering real estate projects in the name of institutions and facilitating the procedures necessary to obtain the required consent to implement those ventures through the application of the one-stop station system. A school bus and a truck crashed this morning in Raqi area in Wilaya of Adam in a Dakhliya government. Royal Oman Police said that the accident resulted in the death of one person and the injury of 12, varying between moderate to severe cases. The casualties were taken to Nizwa Hospital for treatment. The Ministry of Education noted in its official page in Twitter that the bus was carrying students from Adam Basic Education School and Osama bin Zaid Basic Education School. The National Business Center NBC, which pertains to the Public Establishment for Industrial Estate PEIE, has signed incubation pacts with 3 local firms. The first pact was signed with the Tawqeed Company, which was established in 2017 to be one of the first local expertise houses in the field of quality infrastructure. The second pact was signed with Wasla Training, which is specialized in offering workshops on various topics, including workshops on the fun electronics for children, electronics and scientific projects, electronics and agriculture, alternative energy, air conditioning maintenance, first aid, among other areas. The third pact was signed with Dhikriyat London to be incubated in Riyadh. Incubator Dhikriyat London is a company that aims at raising the level of English language among students, employees and workforce in the public and private sectors. The company also coordinates various courses in English and IELTS in Britain. The Ministry of Higher Education organized the 3rd Graduates Forum at Sohar College of Applied Sciences. The event was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Saeed bin Hamad al-Rubai, Secretary General of the Education Council. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi was at the venue and had made this report.
After almost 17 years since their graduation, the alumni of 2001, 2002 and 2003 batches from the Colleges of Education met once again at Oman Hall in Sohar College of Applied Sciences to exchange experiences and past memories.
As we see, everyone today is happy and everyone meet his friends and our colleagues and staff, previous staff. And what I can say now is it's obvious that everyone has his own story to tell, how they serve his country, especially in the field of education.
The 3rd Graduates Forum came under the theme, "We are proud of you," aiming to build bridges of communication among the graduates.
I attended this alumni gathering for so many reasons. This is a good chance for me to meet all my classmates and not working with them. I graduated around more than 16 years, and I lost all contact number. And this good chance for me to take their number again.
In addition to strengthening the bonds of communication between the graduates, the event was an opportunity for them to exchange stories of success during their academic life at the colleges.
Today, really, I'm happy to see my friends, my colleagues under this informal gathering. I share my experience. Actually, I express my thankful to Sohar College of Applied Sciences to give me and my college this opportunities to meet together and share. This is a very nice time.
This forum is a continuation of the series of the two previous gatherings organized by the Ministry of Higher Education consecutively in Rustaq College of Education and Nizwa College of Applied Sciences. The few hours of this event recap a story of these graduates. Every second reminds them of the steps they took to achieve success through a story called education. From Sohar College of Applied Sciences, Saleh Mukhalfan al-Rahbi, North al-Batina, Governorate.
The Governorate of Muscat is witnessing huge number of tourists. I was present in the wilaya of Matrah and Bosher, and I made this report. People from various parts of Oman and outside Oman are seen touring touristic areas in the Sultanate. Here in the Governorate of Muscat, huge number of tourists visited various spots such as Grand Mosque in the wilaya of Bosher, Zawawi Mosque in the town of Al Khuwair, and Matrah Souq in the wilaya of Matrah. The city of Matrah is associated with memories of the past, and its elegance is evident through its look of the forts and classical buildings, together with many restaurants and cafes to refresh one and all.
We are here with the ship, and we had a drive with the bus today to Muscat, and we saw a lot of places, for example the Palace of the Sultan, and also the souk here, and it was very kind. All people were very kind to us, and it was nice to see this.
We went to a beach this morning, which was very interesting and very beautiful, and tonight we made a tour all around Muscat, and we saw the Sultan's Palace, which was very beautiful, and we learned a lot about your culture today because the guides told us everything about the dress you're wearing and the turban and how you make it, and it was very, very interesting, and everybody was very friendly, and yes, I like it very much.
At this traditional souk, many of the visitors are seen enjoying the atmosphere of this unique souk, which consists of huge varieties of traditional and modern items. In this alley of the souk, visitors are attracted by some of the traditional attire. As it can be seen here, this gentleman is impressed with the kima as well as the turban.
Yes, hello. We are very happy to be here in your nice country, Oman. We are from France, and we were traveling and hiking for a couple of weeks across the mountains, Jabal Shams, and then Rub al-Khali to the dunes, sugar dunes also. And now we are back to Muscat, and we will leave tomorrow. So thank you very much for your warm welcome.
While numerous visitors too favorite other traditional accessories which they took with them. The Ministry of Tourism and Muscat Municipality made additional efforts to ensure that visitors, citizens and residents avail maximum pleasure in many tourism attractions in different areas of the Governorate of Muscat. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Signed by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Said arrives in Uzbekistan to lead the Sultan's delegation taking part in the opening of the new building of Abu Rayhan Al Bayruni Library. Sultan Qaboos University organized a symposium on future of education and work in the age of artificial intelligence. And 2.2 billion Omani Rials is the volume of current and future investments of the projects of Public Authority for Electricity and Water. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. The entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us, wish you a pleasant evening and good night.